10% tax for millionaires in California, a wealth tax, which will drive out some of our most successful California illegal immigrant health care that decimated our medical budget. So Ro Khanna is speaking out of both sides of his mouth, and I will honestly be so happy if he does audit the 72 billion fraud in California. So Republicans don't have to.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Okay, guys, okay. Anything that's like brand new here. I think when it comes down to it, guys, we do know that around certain times there's a whole lot of like virtue signaling that kind of happens on both sides of the coin here. But there's one side that consistently seems to take this switch. Last round, I just like realize that seems to be a consistent thing here. I see these guys actually talked about how reliable the Fox News is. Well, all news is moderately double right now. Everyone's just trying to basically sell a tagline here. Or should have a headline. So take anything and everything great, which is insulting. In terms of Fox News, it all depends on what actually is. In Fox business is a little slightly less of just overall opinion. For example, this story here, they're just delivering the story, basically giving commentary on the story that's already been out for at least the last 5 hours, right? This is really just opinion, similar to CNN, it's just opinion. If you want to actually get news, I would say news is coming from like a local news station. It's Fox News, or like Fox News. And CNN is like CNN opinion, right? MSNBC opinion, right? You can get the same your best. You have to get critical tape when you're countering any of these things here. Right? You get stuff that proves this up fast without being able to have the ability to recognize this kind of thing. But just some of the opinion, and of course most of this was here. Purely opinion here. When it comes down to what they said about offering something to bring in new voters, that's not really much of an opinion. This could be an opinion, sure, right? But it's not really much of one because there's like historical precedent to back that statement there. There are issues. You promise something, never deliver it. This is not the first time this has happened historically, so that was the one thing that I could say would probably be super intelligent to latch on to from this video. Because yeah, that's a specific thing. The Fox or like CNN or any of these things, guys are gonna get. You have to be able to read through lines, and some people just don't read through lines here. They just take it as face value. But trust me when I say that's not me. Guys, you watch movies with me. I never actually thought to like promote it over here, guys. And if you guys do want to watch it, guys, yeah.
It's a story that just dropped that's coming out of the FDA. And it impacts, it affects, and it should be alarming to every single person in this country, and not only in this country, but around the world. This is one of those instances where this isn't just an American problem. This is literally a global problem, and it's happening everywhere in the country. And as you see by this article, the FDA communication says data shows that at least 10 children, 10, have lost their lives due to the jab. Now, in this video, I'm going to show you footage from one of the biggest defenders of Americans from the jab, where I thought that this man's life was going to be taken. I mean, from the jump, he was one of the loudest voices in the medical community as far as for preaching against the jabs and the danger. And they shut him up, they shut him down, but he's still alive, and he's back with a vengeance after the COVID reports came out. The pandemic papers, what they call it. The doggone studies that came out back, the amount of people who lost their lives, the amount of people who cancer came back, the amount of people who have submitted heart problems, suicide, blood clots, not to mention the babies who were affected. So let's roll with this, and in this video, the clips I'm going to show you, they're so important, they're so eye-opening, that I'm going to play those on full screen. So if you ever watch any of the video, I highly suggest this be the one. If you haven't made it to the end of any make it to the end of this. It's so important that I don't have anything to say. I'm just let the doctor speak and reveal factual evidence that has come out. And I have to say, I'm proud to say that I have attended, my children have attended, my youngest son is in the military, so I know that they damn good with it, but my other children have not taken it. My grandchildren did not. Unfortunately though, my mother, she listened, but my father, he's old school, he believes everything he's a hard-working son, and he went and got a job and he moved straight to the hill. Guess what? My father's cancer and came back. We didn't understand why. But in this show, you're going to understand why. They actually break down what happened. So, as you can see, FDA communications and data show 10 children lives lost due to death. I'm only going to a little bit of the article. The U.S. Food and Drug Administration Commissioner Marty McCarthy said on Saturday that data show 10 children lost their lives due to the Planet Jets. There were, it appears, 10 lives lost of children from the pandemic shot. Now, the reason why I'm changing the word is because the algorithm still doesn't like people that are talking out against it, and they'll, affect your video being shown. So, just so you know, that's why I'm doing it. Now, this data that was accumulated through the Biden administration, we're going to put that information available that those cases were reviewed. He told Fox News. The New York Times reported that an internal FDA memo concluded that at least 10 children had likely passed away due to those deaths with myocarditis or heart inflammation, cited as possible. What do children with heart issues, that many? But let me not, delay it more. Now, check this out. FDA to release hurdles for James, vaulting planted shots for 10 children losing their lives. And as you can see right here, failure to warn how critical health agencies downplay risk of myocarditis and other adverse events following the pandemic deaths. Now, this is from here. This is Dr. Peter McCullough. This is who I was speaking about. He has been he's one of the most respected heart doctors, cardiologists in the country. But he was one of the biggest and the loudest voices that have been screaming from the rooftop this entire time. As a matter of fact, let me show you how effective he is and let you look at what they put in Wikipedia for him. And you know, whatever the Democrats think is bad, is actually good. So, Peter McCullough, born in December 1962, is a former cardiologist, still there. He was vice chief of internal medicine at Baylor University Medical Center and a professor at Texas A&M University. From the beginning of the pandemic, McCullough has promoted misinformation and conspiracy theories about the pandemic, its treatments, and RNA vaccine. Now, just so you know, you can already tell, this was written and dated during the Biden administration when they put this Wikipedia info, because he didn't have one. This isn't one they did himself. This is one that they did for him. But you know how they say specifically, don't look at anybody else's Wikipedia. And you ever tell me with them for one how all this misinformation in their Wikipedia page, they don't. But this is a simple thing. That's how effective and how much of a thorn this man has been in their side. And now, it's vindication, baby, but he's really telling it all. They had this man blacklisted. They had his social media sites, shadow banned. It was crazy. All because of this information that you're about to hear from him right now. Now, this is a little long, but please watch it. If we'll sit up and go about Disney videos, about sporting events, the people like Real Housewives and other shows that don't give you any information that can save your life and save your family's life. If we got time for that, please take the time to watch it, because this can save not only your life, but your children, your grandchildren, your family, your brothers, your sisters, people you love and care about, your closest friends. So, I'm going to talk to my daughter. I'm going to get into it. And this clip, we got another clip from Dr. McCullough where he goes more in detail with things we're going to close down with a small clip, but it really breaks down exactly why medical doctors have failed to just admit they were wrong. That's going to be the last clip, but check this one out right here.
I've seen and examined thousands of patients with acute COVID-19 and managed them before the hospital phase of care. And help them successfully avoid hospitalization and death. And now, sadly, I've seen thousands of patients who suffered injuries, disabilities, and unfortunately death after COVID-19 vaccine. COVID-19 illness and the vaccine are very similar in that they expose patients to a protein on the surface of the virus, the spicule, if you will, or the spine on the surface of the virus called the spike protein. The spike protein was intentionally engineered in a Chinese biosecurity lab in Wuhan, China.
If you enjoyed this video, do me a solid, hit that thumbs up because I will never ask you for a cash out, a super chat, or for a donation. You hit that like button, it helps enough getting the channel out there. And if you aren't subscribed to the channel, subscribe. And make sure that you hit the notification bell and select all. YouTube has issues notifying, but when you select all, YouTube will make sure that you get notified when I upload new
Let me
videos.
tell you, we only need
The
one of
spike
these.
protein is not
Everyone's
a
a spare.
natural
You're
protein.
gonna be
It's
going in
been
the one without a
modified by
gun. Don't
mankind
draw
in a joint
attention. Pull the
U.S.-Chinese
electrics,
collaboration
strip the
that took
plating, EMP will
years
go
to
in.
create
Meriwether won't notice the difference.
SARS-CoV-2. It's now fully
You guys
acknowledged
won't need armor in
through
there, will
the
you?
House Select Coronavirus Investigative
Right,
Committee in
get going.
Washington
Let's wrap
that
this up.
SARS-CoV-2 was created in the Chinese biosecurity lab in Wuhan, China. And there are co-conspirators in the creation of this virus, and it's now well acknowledged that they include Dr. Anthony Fauci of the National Allergy and Immunology Branch, Dr. Ralph Barrett of the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill, Peter Daszak of the EcoHealth Alliance, who helped coordinate it all, and Dr. Xingling Li, the lead researcher in the Wuhan lab. Because the spike protein gets in the human body with the infection and in a massive dose with the vaccine, that's the reason why people feel sick afterwards after having COVID-19. We call that long COVID. Well, people feel sick after the vaccine even more so because they even have a massive dose of the spike protein in the human body. And a recent study from Germany by Breitman and colleagues has found that the spike protein is physically circulating in the blood of those who've been vaccinated, at least half of them, for 6 months or more. The messenger RNA has been modified intentionally to be long-lasting in the body. That's Pfizer and Moderna. And because so, the messenger RNA is circulating in the bloodstream for at least a month, found in lymph nodes for several months. So people who keep taking the vaccines keep building up more and more messenger RNA and more spike protein. There are over 4,000 peer-reviewed papers in the medical literature now, which is heavily suppressed by editors and by sponsors and institutions who don't want this information to come out. But there's
That's fucked up right there. That's going to show you people that we're being lied to, poisoned, and all these motherfuckers that we pay money to.